गरेको छु र यस्तो किसिमको कार्यक्रमहरू आगामी दिनहरूमा पनि विभिन्न सङ्घ संस्थाहरूबाट आयोजना हुन गएमा सिस्को विल बी very much proud to be associated with you guys again and again because what we believe is that jati धेरै awareness cyber security अथवा cyber space मा हुन्छ त्यति नै we will be increasing our business portfolio as well. त्यसैले हिजो भएको वर्कसप I hope एकदमै फलदायी रह्यो होला. Though there were some complaints regarding the management and all those things. अब पहिलोचोटि हुनु गएकोमा डेफिनेटली अलिअलि ह्यासल्सहरू हुन्छ, अलिअलि केओस हुन्छ. त्यसको लागि म्यानेजमेन्ट कमिटीले डेफिनेटली पनि यसपालि यो आजको उसमा चाहिँ एकदम राम्रो प्रबन्ध गरेको छ होला भन्ने मैले आशा गरेको छु र यो कार्यक्रमको सफलताको गर्दै मेरो दुई शब्द यहीँ टुङ्ग्याउँछु. धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much, sir. And I would also like to request you to be seated in the dais. I'm so sorry I had to rush you to speak. Thank you so much, and I would like to request volunteers to please welcome him with the khana. Meanwhile, I would like to request the chief guest of the ceremony today, Professor Dr. Jiviraj Pokhrel, to please deliver his few words for us.
Thank you, Sonika, for your very delightful anchorship of this program. On the chair of this session, we have very distinguished guests seated on the dais. We have Mr. Virendra Mishra, Mr. Chaurasia, our friend from Sri Lanka, Champika, Vijay Tunga, my dear Bandhu, Jiviraj Pokhrel. We have been two Pokhrels here. Mr. Thomas Hab, Mr. Sabi, and we have representative from one of the sponsors there seated in the extreme corner. And more importantly, we have very familiar faces here. We have devoted, we have dedicated their life for cyber related area, and above all, very enthusiastic, very energetic, very dynamic young participants and other participating ladies and gentlemen. So we are present in what is a 2 days conference. The first day began in last yesterday, and then yesterday I had said that yesterday's function was a mere tip of the iceberg. It was a trailer, and then the movie has yet to be screened, and today is that iceberg or that movie. And then you can see this stunningly beautiful. Unfortunately, now you can see my face there, but this stunningly beautiful backdrop that this Global Cyber Security Summit 2018 is being held, addressing what could be a very, exciting theme, building global alliance for cyber resilience. And then several supporters have joined hand. Texas College, Lock Point, Checkpoint. These are the main actors, but again you can see on the other side there are so many supporting actors, right? So it's like watching a multi-starred kind of a movie, where we have very famous actors, and then they are supplemented by other illustrious kind of supporting actors. So it is a star-studded kind of performance. So it's very memorable, it's very remarkable, it's very notable. Now I'll tell you why it is memorable. It is memorable for the simple reason that it is the first Security Summit, Global Cyber Security Summit. We did not have a function like this in the past. And then this is the first one that we have undertaken. Okay? So it's very memorable. It will go down in the history of cyber security as one of the most important events. And we'll cherish it as days come in the future. It's very remarkable because here we are talking of building global alliance. And we have had that very illuminating, very enlightening, very inspiring remark from Dr. Pramod Parajuli. In course of his welcome address, he said how we have to have a global kind of a approach. A single person, a single institution, a single nation cannot address a multi-headed hydra-like, problem of this cyber resilience. Okay? So it's a very remarkable event that we have had this, great privilege to take part. And it is very notable also. It's a multi-stakeholders participation. Yesterday you have had conference in NAS. And then we also build partnership with NAC. NAC is yet another very illustrious institution which has been working in the arena of agricultural productivity. Okay? And then now today we have this summit here. Now it will be only, repetitive, it will be only tautological, to say that cyber security is very important because it has formed spine of our everyday life. It is our heartbeat, like, if the heart stops functioning, then we die. Similarly, if this cyber activity, if they come to a stop, we all feel almost like dead. It so happens that the internet doesn't function, and then we cannot do anything. So, it has become so central to our life. Right? So, this we have to take very seriously, and we have to address it in the beginning. We cannot afford to ignore it, as we did. You see, there was industrial revolution. We did not address it very actively, so we have been backward. So our backwardness is also responsible, because you see, we did not take industrial revolution well. Now, this cyber revolution is on the way, and this we have to take very seriously. And I am so happy that different institutions, for example, NPCert has been taking a lead. I want that to be a very continuous kind of a process, very lively for days to come. The name of the president itself is Chiranjeevi, so I'm sure that will also be Chiranjeevi. We had Ashta Chiranjeevi, we had 8 ever-living characters in Mahabharata, right? So let this summit also be ever-living Chiranjeevi. And for this, of course, this institution alone cannot, make that happen. Alone you can sing a song, you can write a poem, but then if you want to carry out such event, then you need support of several institutions. Realizing that we, Nepal Academy of Science and Technology, which is an apex institution working in the avenue, in the arena of science and technology, you see, as soon as I was invited, I just grabbed it with both hands, I did not let it fall. And then, you see, we have been trying to help to the extent that it is possible. And I assure you, in the days to come, in the future, we will have more intensified support. We are like traditional Hindu couples. Once you tie a knot, then you kind of take a oath to live forever. हिन्दू पति हिन्दू पत्नी जस्तो अथवा अन्य धर्मका एकदमै पति पत्नीहरू जस्तो होइन एक्चुअली एक अर्काप्रति सम्बन्धित भएपछि सदाको लागि समर्पित रहने जस्तो त्यस्ता खालका भन्छौँ। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि वी वान्ट द्याट we should have these activities underway in the days to come. We have had an offer from EFCAN, and then we held a very interesting event in Pokhara, that living paradise of the earth. You know, we go there and don't feel like coming back, like Cleopatra, you know, some is Pokhara, right? So we have had such a nice program there, Sunaina ji here, and then, you know. Now again, we are seeking to have yet another program, you know, addressing smart city. That was in the west. This time we want to have it in the east. We are proposing it to have it in Daman, right? So we started activities, and now we are going on and on with these activities. So in the future also, we want to work hand in glove with, you know, NPCert, and for that matter with any institution, any organization that seeks to work for the cause of science and technology in Nepal. You know, we have been given a huge mandate of doing virtually everything under the earth, you know, around science and technology. But then, you see, our rather limited infrastructure, limited budget that we receive from the government, and limited earning that we are making, that doesn't allow us to carry out all the works, you know. So we want institutions like this, so that we'll be able to have seminars, have research, publications, all that in collaboration with related institutions. I'm so happy that NPCert has made this